I have to admit that when I was reading Psalm 35 today, I had to ask a question. What's a buckler? Verse 2 calls on the Lord to take hold of shield and buckler and rise for my help. David wasn't facing imaginary enemies. They were real, some attacking from a distance and others were up very close. But he cries out to God to grab both the buckler and the shield. And this is interesting because a buckler is this small, quick-moving shield that's used in close combat, whereas the shield, the secondary shield, is a large body covering that was used for incoming arrows, distant attacks. Two shields, one for far-off attacks and one for face-to-face threats. But does this sound familiar? The world attacks us in the same way. See, from a distance, we're bombarded with the subtle lies through media, culture, politics, even the slow drift of doubt. And up close, things can get very personal. Temptation, criticism, betrayal, maybe even a fear that wakes us up in the middle of the night. But David doesn't ask God to simply comfort him. He asks God to arm up. Notice in verse 3, God is asked to not merely defend, he's asked to draw the spear and the javelin. This is kind of the same idea as the shield and buckler. The spear was this heavier weapon for striking enemies up close, whereas the javelin or dart was lighter and able to be thrown at distant enemies. Understand, we have a God who both defends and defeats. This isn't new. Back in Genesis 15, we saw God say to Abraham, I am your shield. God isn't merely nearby, he's actively engaged. And in Jesus Christ, the warrior king, he entered our battlefield. He absorbed the arrow of wrath and overthrew the enemy at the cross. If you're feeling the pressure of the battle today, far off or face to face, remember, the battle is the Lord's. And he has already made you more than a conqueror through him.